mad at me, but you can't turn this bitch up without baby. Now I got him like she wanna link with her bestie and turn up. Let's go. Wanna link with her bestie and turn up. Some mom got that ass and all of them pretty.
Welcome back to another lit motherfucking video. We missed you guys. Oh my gosh.
So much.
It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. We've been doing so much work behind the cenes. Sis got new lashes. I got new hair. Like, hello.
We're back. Semi back. We still have a couple of stages left, but
I feel like a brand new bitch with this hair.
as you should, girl. You look good. Pop off. Whoa.
Oh my gosh. No, but I'm excited for this topic. This podcast topic is going to be super fun and relatable, I feel like, to all women. So I'm sorry, men, if you're watching, now is your time to exit the podcast because we're talking about all things women in 2022, our hardships, our successes, just the whole nine. But before we dive into that, we kind of wanted to catch up with y'all and, let you know what we've been up to, things that we've been facing, things like that. So did you want to take away, sis?
Yeah, I would love to start. So I feel like recently in my life, I have been going through a lot of new seasons and new emotions. Let's just say my hormones are out of control. A lot is going on within my body that I'm trying to figure out. And I feel like I just had my surgery 2 months ago. So I'm like, okay, I'm starting to figure it out. And then just when I think, I'm over here texting Chubb like she's my doctor. What the fuck is going on with me? What's going on?
Every time, bro. And I'm over here diagnosing your ass. Like, hey.
Text after text. Are you feeling this? Are you feeling this?
Did you try this?
What's this? I'm like, well, and then I'm already jumping to conclusions. So you think it's this, right? It's definitely this.
I'm weak, bitch.
But other than that, I feel like we have just really been in our bubble lately. I feel like in our area that we live in right now, oh my gosh, my anxiety is almost uncontrollable lately. Like sleeping through the day, just even going to the gas station or picking up some food. Like the area we live in, even though it's nice, crackheads. There's a lot of theft. There's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of homelessness. Like it's just not, and I love it here because it's so nice here. I like that nature here and stuff like that, but it's draining. And then like me and my man, like we do everything together and it's like the absolute best, but sometimes I'm just like, what I would do to just go to my girl and like just see what we would be doing this time, so just having to go through those waves and like adjust to, like, we're not more independent because we're still together, but like our independence is being tested.
It's so true because like we can't just drive to each other's houses when we're feeling anxiety or whatever. Like we can't, like we just really got to go through it. And like as crappy as it is, by the same token, like we always go by, you have to go through it to get through it. But no, it's so true though. Like the only way to get through your things, the only way you're going to make it out is if you go through it. And so I had to like constantly be telling myself that too, because like, sis, like I've been going through it these past months and I never like realized it. I just kind of felt crummy and I was like, bro, why do I feel this way? Like this is bugging. And I'm the type of person that, and I like to know why I'm feeling these ways so I can try to like solve the problem. And so
like also a hardest part of being like that, because I'm the same way. Sometimes it really just ain't that deep. And to me, I'm like, nope, there's an answer for everything. I need to go ahead and solve the clue. And and then the thing.
And then you overdo it. Yes.
And I'm spiraling. And then I'm just like, and then people are like, where you at? And I'm like, oh, I'm here. But I'm like.
Yes, that's so relatable. It's so true. So basically we've been going through it and that's okay. Like I'm okay
because also
with going through it.
I feel like there's been so many big things and like happy things and like very good emotional things. While we're bringing out those sides of emotions, there's been like, Halloween, and we definitely have to put clips in this, I think, so they can see. And we're also hopeful to get to our vlog. We have a whole vlog prepared. We just need to get it dropped. So we do.
Yes.
Guys.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like it's never too late. Like, fuck it. We'll just put it up and
Whoever
enjoy. This is what we did on Halloween.
Yeah, it was a great time. And then it was my man's birthday, and then yeah, just a lot of family stuff going on as well. The holidays are really about to motherfucking be here. So
yep, period. Yeah, well, good, yay. So that was just like kind of a quick little checkup and update, and just a reminder that it's okay to not be okay sometimes, and it's okay to pause and take a break and take a step back and reevaluate and really give yourself grace, and then keep it going, keep it pushing, because ultimately the world doesn't stop turning for anybody, and life goes on, and live your life to the fullest, because
and with that motivation that you're gonna come out on top, this is all temporary, and that's the most reassuring thing is in 2 years, 5 years, I won't even remember these days where I was struggling with my anxiety so bad I didn't know if I could do the dishes, the laundry.
Right.
What the fuck? There's always more time to do that stuff, but just keep pushing. We're rooting for you.
Yes, we love you. You are loved. You are worthy. You are enough. And never forget it. So, yay! Let's get into
our topic.
Our topic of the night. Can I get a drum roll? Input sound. Being a woman in 2022. Holy shit, you guys. What a fucking year. I mean, we still have a month left, but still, like, I feel like so much has happened this year for women in general. Do you want to start, sis? Because I feel like lately, like with all of the incidents that you've been going through, it just really puts the cherry on top of like, bro, being a woman is fucking hard.
And it's so hard. Yes, that's a great word. It's definitely a hardship to be a woman. And I think that people, or not dogging, but some men really just feel like women have it so made out here. Like we are beautiful, so we walk and we're praised. And it's like, no, you guys are sick. Like, let me just put that there. So, for instance, the first shenanigans that really like put my mind at like, whoa, like what's really going on around me? Because you always see the crime that's going on the news and you're like, the world is a scary place. And then it's like, no, my community is a scary place. Like this is just mind-blowing. So it's the day of my man's birthday. It's also one of our friends' birthday. So we're celebrating them. We're going to the liquor store. We're buying a bottle, this and that. So we're in the store and like, it's so common for people, especially like in this area, they have these gambling spots and it's just like the local like
brackets.
Yeah, I'm like, So yeah, they're always just coming to the liquor store right when they get some money and it's just this and that. So he's talking to us, chopping it up. We walk outside and these ladies just start talking disrespectful about our outfits, calling us out our name. Like, I'm not even going to repeat all the things they said, but it was just out of pocket and you should not be speaking to random people that you do not know. Like,
yeah.
And let me just tell you guys, my man is very, very protective. He do not like the bullshit and he's a very blunt person. So right away, he checked him. Like, what you got to say? Like, why you talking out your neck? This and that. And then, wow, it just really went from 0 to 10,000. Like, they pulled out of their car. They were like in this little Pontiac and there was like 8 of them. They came after me. This bitch hit me in my fucking mouth. Like, my whole lip for probably like a good 7 days was so fat. It was terrible. And then I just remember like fighting back, and then this cracked out lady is literally like here, like so fast, just rapid all over the car. The liquor store manager comes out. He's like, the cops are coming, this and that. There's people in the road fighting. Like, it was just wild. The man had probably 4 people just surrounding him in his face, and like, thank the Lord there was not the police around because they was really asking for it. And then it's like, I get sick, I'm working from home, so I'm just in my little bubble. First day I go back to work, go to the gas station, just get some gas. Like, nope, everyone's always on that defense mode. I'm ready to, let's press the issue. Like, no, like I'm trying to go to work and make my money. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And I literally tell this girl, like, it is 8:30 in the morning. Like, I'm on my way to work. Like, I really don't have time to be entertaining this type of behavior right now. Like, and then I come out of the gas station and her man is standing out there, like on the side of the car, like he's gonna come press the issue. So I'm calling my man, like, no, no, like this is not okay. Like I don't want to be here. I don't want to. It's just, it's like every day it's another incident, and it's like you just have to be worried. Like what type
Can't nobody ever just stay in their lane, bro? Like, bro, just stay in
nobody.
your lane, get your gas, like, and keep it pushing.
Scary because in today's time, everyone is so quick to be like, no offense, but on that gang shit, and they feel like they so cool because they be packing and all of this. So you never know these type of people mixed with the type of drugs they be on. Is it gonna be a knife? Is it gonna be a gun? Is it gonna be a normal?
Yeah.
You never know how that incident is gonna end. There's
Yep.
random people getting shot up. There's random people getting stabbed, like just in our neighborhood. So I'm just
You
like,
never know people's intentions. Like, people are so careless about their own lives, you know, like, in what they have in front of them, that like you never know people's intentions. Like, they don't care about their lives and their future. So what makes you think they care about yours, you know?
oh, exactly. No, and it's just so scary because like, and I try to be, and I don't try to be, but I am a very, like, how would you say it? Like, I can defend my own, like, I'll say what I need to say, but then at the end of the day, I look at like really how small I am, and like someone could do something, like a man, that's too much power for me to, you know what I mean? So it's just like very scary because I'm like, it's better to just be in a shell, and I don't feel like anyone should ever live like they're in a fucking shell. Like it's
Yeah.
2022, everyone should be themselves, everyone should, and life is just worth so much more. So it's just like I feel like I'm endlessly searching for something that's going to be better, but it's just like, just because like I get out of here, it doesn't mean like going to a bigger city anything's going to be better. It's just
Right.
it's time, and it's like that's so
Yeah.
sad because like
It
I have
is.
a nephew who's 2 years old, you know, and then like I'm gonna be a mom one day, and I'm just thinking of like what my child will face when I'm not gonna be around, just by going to school or getting
Yeah. No, it's scary.
yeah,
It's
like
so scary. So
it's
like, I would remember I was talking to my mom about like, my mom, she always laughs at me and like doesn't make fun of me because she understands, but like I am such a wussy these days. Like, even I tell Martin too, like he'll be like, oh babe, can you stop at the gas station like on your way home from work? And it's already dark by the time I get home from work, and I'm like, nope, like I'll come pick you up and we can go together, but like I'm not stopping, you know? We're like, stop at the grocery store and get this for dinner, and I'm like, nope, I'm not stopping. Like, my anxiety gets going, and like I could go in and out and get home safe, you know, but like there's women who don't, and there's women who get followed, and I am so scared to ever go through something like that.
to be like, oh no, I'm gonna push this to the side. Like I'd never be the person that would happen to. I'm
No,
smart.
yeah.
Like, and it's like, no, these women are smart. Some of them are just really, they're upgrading everything that they're doing to manipulate and control us in situations where we could not do anything to get out of it. And it's just like, I have so many aspirations and goals and dreams, and it's just like I don't even want to go to Walmart. And that's why Chronicle now, and it's like the lack of actual interaction and closeness and comfort with other human beings is so limited because you never know. Like you just
so true. I remember also, like, I did a working interview when we first moved here. So mind you guys, I lived in Grand Junction, Colorado. I mean, it's a bigger city than what we grew up in, but it's like, you know your way. You know all the street names. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah. So I moved here to a big ass city that has like hella people. I don't even know the population here, but it's a city. Like, it's huge. And I went and did this working job interview. So I went in, and it's like a sports bar. So I didn't get out of this bitch until like 1, 2 in the morning. And they were literally having to have their like guys that work there walk all of the females out. The guys, they could walk out and be fine. Like that wasn't an issue, but it was mandatory that the men that we worked with walked us out to our cars at night. And I just like, as like great as that is, and it's like, okay, yeah, be safe, that's great, but when you think about that, and like,
why did they implement that? Why?
The bigger picture, yeah, it's like, that's sick, bro. That is sick. Like, we should not have to have that. Like, it's just disgusting.
Yeah, no, and
it's scary, and it's sad, and like, it's awful. I see things all the time. I see TikToks all the time of like their daughters coming home and they have to check their cars every time they come home to make sure that there's not like, what is it called? Like, you know how people who kidnap people or whatever,
Like the little air
traffickers,
stuff.
they'll put like air tags, they'll put ribbon, they'll put something on the car to like let people know. Yeah. And it's like the fact that parents have to check their children's cars when they come home from work to make sure that, you know, nothing's on their car, like it's just disgusting.
That's what I'm saying. And if this is how it is now, I'm really praying for those future generations to come in and just wipe
Oh,
it.
for real.
And then it's like, even at my job, we've been dealing with this guy who has been harassing us for like literally since before Shelby moved. And we're already going on like 5 months. So we've presented so much evidence to the police. We've tried to build these cases. We've tried to get restraining orders, protection orders, and we should have one in place. But this fool lives on the streets. He's in and out of the shelters. Like, they are not going to serve someone who does not have an address that pertains to them. So it's just very hard. And then it's constant. And then he's doing it with other women that we work with and in different businesses. And it's just like the police fail to understand like the seriousness. And like now, how many women are having to work with their doors locked for the whole shift, or have someone walk them to their car, or no one's staying past dark, like just these restrictions. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, like you should be bending over backwards to ensure our safety.
Yeah, no, 100%. And the stories are just so sad, because I'm even in our little town, like how many police got, you know, put off because there's rumors, I'm not gonna say it's true, but this is what I hear, that they are being paid. Like only 3 of them were not being paid from like the cartel. So it's just like I say, we think it's in the world, but it's so close to us. Like, wow, wild.
So true. It could be your neighbor.
It could be your neighbor. It might be your neighbor. Make sure you're checking
straight up
neighborhood readings, you know, off the blotters. You can see and stuff like that.
No, literally. And it's also like to remember the days that we like, I remember growing up and going to the grocery store. I remember I'd love to go to Walmart with my family, like to go grocery shopping, and they hated it. And now I understand, but I loved it. I was like, oh my God, I want to go to Walmart. So while they would go grocery shop, while my parents would go grocery shop, I took my ass to the toys aisle. And me and my siblings would go mess around in the toy aisle, ride the bikes around, like just screw around, you know, until they were done grocery shopping. And then when they were done, we'd meet back up with them at the front and leave to go home. And we could never do that nowadays. Like we literally couldn't
think about how as children we would literally play outside until like even after the street lights would go off, or like I would be like 7, 8 years old staying home by myself with my brothers. Like I knew what the fuck I needed to do, and I knew what my neighbors were like, and I knew my surroundings enough for my parents to feel comfortable enough to do that. And nothing never did happen to us. But in today's time, when I let my child at that age stay home alone,
like I'll be damned.
My anxiety right now, I don't know if I could even be away. Like that would, I don't understand stuff.
No, it's crazy. And me and my mom, like I said, talk about it all the time. And she's just like, you know, you just have to be aware and and it's like, you can be the most aware person. You could do everything right. You could literally like keep some on you all the time. And like, I just feel like it just leads back to like wrong place, wrong time, you know. It doesn't matter, like you never know when there's a predator like right there. They could be in your circle, shit, you know.
Absolutely. And that's just the hardest part, I feel like.
Being a woman in 2022 it's different. It's very different. And I feel like with all the different things that have been happening, you know, just in general, like it just puts a lot into perspective of like how powerful women are. Because I feel like we have this stigma and this stereotype of like, we stay home, we watch the kids, we cook dinner, we clean, we do everything around the house, we make appointments, we make sure everybody's straight. Are you straight? Do you need me to make you a lunch for tomorrow? Like, you know, for your partner, like we do everything. And so I feel like as women, yes, we carry the weight and we have to work 10 times harder for what we want. Yeah. Exactly. So that, you know, we want to chase our dreams and we want to go be X, Y, and Z in this world. We have to work our fucking asses off, because I feel like oftentimes we don't get taken seriously, you know, like women don't get taken seriously, and especially in a role that maybe is more male dominant. I feel like
being in our age too, a lot of older people and a lot of the older generation look down at us like we're scum, and I'm like, girl, I am 21 years old at a HR level. Like, I know my facts and what I'm presenting to you. Don't try to check me by doing like what I'm doing in the job. Like, and so it's just like, I feel like there's that sense of like, we always have to prove we're young, but we're intelligent, we're ambitious, we'll go above and beyond, and we're also women. So it's like
like, bro, I'm sorry, but you put me in any kind of role and I will outwork everybody that you already have hired.
That's what
like, I will always be the best of the fucking best of what you put on my plate. Like, do not try to, just because I don't have X, Y, and Z on my resume, don't mean that I'm not
gonna go get it. Yeah, no, and I feel like we have to be very like goal oriented, hungry. I'm always like, what can I learn next? Like, new information. I don't care if it's about nature, I don't care if it's about automotive, I don't care about NASA. Like, let me know anything that I can know. And I just think it's so sad how many women just like get looked like less than because each woman is different. Whether you like art, whether you're in medical, whether you do a man's job and you're out here doing landscaping, construction, like, you put the work in and it should never go unnoticed, unrecognized. Like,
and I just believe that women should always be given that fair chance of whatever it is that they want to do, you know, instead of just being like, oh, you're a woman, you're not supposed to be doing this, or oh, you're a woman, you can't do this. Like, how about you give me a fair chance? And how about maybe I get into this role and I fucking suck ass? Then okay, kick me to the curb. That's fine. But at least give me a chance, bro. Like, don't just count me out because I am a different gender than you, you know?
I know, and I think it's especially in what I do every single day. Just like the discrimination, and then like it's so much more in depth than we think. Like, it's not just like, is he a he or a she? Are they, you know, transsexual, or are they transgender, whatever it may be. It's also, what is their religion, what is their culture, what is their race? Like, are you kidding me? To hear as much racism and inequality conversations that we have in today's time is just like sickening to me.
It's sick.
We all have our time here on earth and we're all the same, baby. Like,
I could never imagine looking at someone that was a different race than I am and judging them, or thinking that I'm more than them and they're less than me. I could never in a million years do that, ever. And so it's mind-boggling. It's completely mind-boggling to me that people hate other races, or they hate other genders, or they hate other, you know, whatever they decide their sexuality is, or they hate them because their religion isn't the same as them. Like, it's sick and it's toxic.
Oh, toxic. I'm even thinking of not stupid, this is a very important matter, but like how people are at each other's neck. I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-abortion, I'm doing this and that, and it's just like, we as women should do whatever the hell we want. It's no one else. Exactly. And the only say you should have is uplifting that woman, hearing her out, confiding, allowing her to confide in you, and, you know, just doing the best you can to make her feel like whatever.
Yeah, just because somebody don't make the same decision as you doesn't mean that their decision is wrong. Okay, I personally, you know, getting into that topic, I personally could never have an abortion. I could never go through that process. I could never handle it. And that's my personal
I don't feel like I could handle it.
However, I know so many people that I love so dearly that have gone through that process, and never once did I like judge them and be like, what the fuck? Like, I was just like, damn, you know, like, I can't imagine what she's going through. I can't imagine that her having to make that decision. And because, you know what I mean? Like,
that's so much emotional, like, weight, and
that is a lot in your body.
Yeah, and then everything your body just went through, the chemicals, everything they did, and it's just like, whether you do conceive a child and you do give birth, whether you give your baby up for adoption, whether there's so many possibilities that you could have. Every person and every story is their own. So it's just like,
yeah, and I agree. Like, I could agree. Like, I've seen women say like, oh, but what about adoption or whatever? And it's like, no, you're absolutely right. Like, those are really real things to consider. But at the end of the day, sis, it's not your decision.
yeah,
And you need to learn to love your neighbor and love the people around you and support them within their decision, because at the end of the day, you don't know what other people are facing, and you don't know the hardships that they went through. You don't know those deeper aspects of it. So just love them and ask how you can help, you know, like, the hate and the negativity is just
help them, then maybe you understand that they're already going through enough and step away. Like, you don't have to include yourself in that. And I think a big question that a lot of people should ask themselves if they do feel those types of way is, why would you have those feelings towards, why would you have those expectations towards a stranger or someone you do not even know, other than the outside image, the 10,000-foot image? Like, we don't see their everyday lives. We don't know their families. We don't know their partners. We don't know what their children struggle with. That we don't know any of it, you know? Like, so it's just like, and sometimes I even have to be really blunt with myself internally, because I get to being in those mentalities where I'm just like irritable or I'm just annoyed and I'm just so quick to judge, and then I'm just like, no, like, that's where I messed up, and then I have to reconstruct myself and really like, okay, you know, like,
I think at the end of the day, we're all human and we all are going to judge.
Absolutely.
Not always in a negative instance. I don't think judging is always in a negative instance. Yeah, but like, we're all gonna think things in our head like, ooh, like, I don't like that outfit, or I don't like them shoes, you know, like, we're human. We're gonna have those
natural
thoughts,
things,
but it's what you do about it and what you know, whether you voice it or inside, or and at the end of the day, I think by being able to check yourself and be like, you know what, like, that was kind of rude, I shouldn't think that, like, who knows what kind of day this person had. I think being able to have that kind of mentality, that strong kind of mentality of being able to do that, like, and be mentally strong to check yourself that way, I think that that's huge, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like, that constant grace, like, okay, I could have done that differently, but moving forward, like, now I'll know. Especially because of this anxiety and this anxiousness, I feel like I'm so quick to just be so unstable with my emotions and like feeling uncomfortable, and so I feel like I've been getting a lot more angry lately, and I hate to be angry. I hate to be you know, just on those types of mentalities, and so just just trying to find back to everything that I am and like where I want to be and my goals for myself, and just I feel like I'm doing so great, but then it's always, I have to take it day by day, you know, and I just have to love myself on each of those days, and I think that's so important for women.
And loving yourself and loving ourselves through the process of like, okay, this is ugly right now and I really hate it, but like, and like loving your journey and embracing it, because you know, what you're going through and going through those hardships, that's what's going to get you to your most best self. And so when you're loving yourself and your very best self, you have to be able to look back and be like, damn, like, I'm so glad that I embraced this journey, because I wouldn't be here if I didn't embrace myself through the ugly, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's such a big thing, especially like, I just strongly believe that you really have to water yourself independently before you can water yourself with a garden or building with someone else. But then even within that, like, you can't just water yourself for 2 to 3 weeks. You can't just water yourself for 2 to 3 months. Like, I've been watering myself for years and years and years, and my flowers sometimes wilt. My flowers are sometimes blooming the most pretty you'd ever see them, but it's just a never-ending process. And waking up and just like, I see so many sisters who are always like online or like just posting about how they just want to have like a relationship and things like that. And like, I just can't wait to see you fall in love with you, girl. Like, I can't wait to see you in a relationship either, but I can't wait to see you with a man who you understand your worth and he does too.
Yes. Like imagine falling so hard in love with yourself that you realize you're that bitch, and then everything that you've ever wanted in this life just naturally gravitates to you. Because that's some real ass shit. Like that is real shit. Like when you stop focusing on the I want this, I want this, I want this, and like instead of focusing on that and changing your verbiage and saying like I have this, and loving yourself and being like I am that bitch, and you will literally fall in love with all of your flaws. And then like I said,
it's only normal to crave these things. It's only normal.
Yeah, 100%.
But when you're speaking to yourself, don't necessarily say I want. Like, God, can you prepare me to when I'm able to be in a relationship, to have the wisdom, to have the discipline,
Yes.
to have the control within myself and with my partner. Like, it's just levels to this shit. And I'm just like, I'm very blessed that I have a great partner who's very in tune and it's taught me more than I'll know. Like I learned so much independently. I'm still learning so much independently, but to have a real invested man, like to also be in my corner, I'm just like, whoa. And like your partner too, you guys have been through so much together. I mean, it's just like it, and I feel like everyone deserves that person. So, but they
100%
also have to be that person too, you know?
Yeah, what Will Smith say that you can't if you don't love yourself, if two people that don't love themselves come together to unite, their relationship probably isn't going to go far. But when two people who love them own individual selves come together, a kingdom. And it's not to say obviously like there's times where two broken people do come together and they heal each other. You know what I mean? Like there's not rules to this shit. But by the same token, I think that when you do fall in love with your true self and you accept yourself for who you are, it allows the process to go so much smoother. You know what I mean? And your true person will come to you, and the things that were genuinely meant for you, I feel like will easily gravitate to you because you're ready to accept these new things. You're not having to take on, finding yourself and re-loving yourself and all these different things. You're not having to take them all on at one time. You already did all of that, so now you can like accept all these new blessings.
Love how that was said. Yes, sis. 1 second.
Well, good, Pooh. I think we have 1 minute left.
Okay, you could see it. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I can see it at the top. Okay. So to wrap things up, guys, I just want you to always remember that you are that bitch, first of all. And it's okay to have like rainy seasons. It's okay to go through dark times. It's okay to feel these emotions, but always remember to give yourself grace and to love yourself and to love your neighbor, because you never know what people are going through. Sis?
And I would just say, always be real, always be raw. That is the beautiful part about our whole journey overall. Keep your prayers up so your blessings come down, and just know, like, if you ever are going through those rainy seasons, we are here. Reach out. We are more than just a video. We are real sisters wanting to help individuals out. So
amen, sis.
Yes.
All right. Well, I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Love you guys.